That's some good coffee. Well was the way to go. How are you guys? David here. As promised on the social blog at thecreative1.tv, I am here to answer your guys' questions regarding the Flip MinoHD handheld camcorder, which I'm recording with right now in case you're interested in the video quality. I'm very happy with it overall. And quick disclaimer, I'm still getting over being sick, so yeah, just to warn you in case I look tired or whatever. And this is kind of like my Flip MinoHD versus Kodak ZI-8 video, so you'll see some test footage throughout. So, alright guys, enjoy, and I'll get through maybe like 10 through 15 of your questions. Alright, so first of all, I have to thank you guys for sending in all the questions. I received 34 of them, and I'm going to get through the most important ones that I think are worth mentioning, and hopefully this will help you guys decide whether the Flip MinoHD camera is for you. Alright, so first question comes from Mitch Kent, and his question is, do you think the price tag for the Flip MinoHD is suitable? Now, as of this recording, this should be up in a day or so, the Flip MinoHD sells for $229.99, basically $230, which honestly is higher than I thought it was. But for me personally, I love cameras, I love video, I love a good quality product, and through my tests and my uses I've put this camera through, I can definitely say it's worth $230. These next three questions are from the same person, which is Kyle. No last name or YouTube name, just Kyle. His first question is the Flip MinoHD easy to import into iMovie? Absolutely. It records into the MPEG-4 standard video format, which pretty much works with Windows, Mac, Linux as far as I know. But in terms of iMovie, it imports perfectly. You drag it, import it, it renders the thumbnails, and you're editing in less than a couple minutes. Alright, so his next question is, compare the battery life to the ZI-8. Which one is better? Honestly, one thing I really do not like about the ZI-8 is that the battery life is not that great. But through my tests, the Flip MinoHD has been much better. Now, I don't have an exact number of the exact minutes and seconds and the actual video I got, but I can honestly say I've only had to charge this thing a couple times, and I've charged my Kodak more than that already. So that should give you a pretty good idea. And Kyle's final question is, out of the two, which one has better quality of videos? The ZI-8 technically records in better format, that being 1080p, 30 frames per second, but the Flip MinoHD only captures in one format, and that's 720p. But as far as I can tell, ZI-8, Flip MinoHD, 720p, they look exactly the same. Well, not exactly the same, I should say they look very similar, but I have to be honest, the Flip MinoHD produces a little better color. The colors are a little richer. This next question comes from Victor Toivonen. Sorry if I just butchered her name, dude. He asks, weight-wise, is Flip MinoHD more comfortable while you hold it than the Kodak ZI-8? Honestly, sorry, I just shut the camera. The Flip MinoHD is much thinner and the Kodak ZI-8 is fatter. Now, in terms of holding, the Kodak ZI-8 feels better because it has that more full feeling. It's kind of like holding an iPhone, I've said multiple times. But weight-wise, I had to say the Flip MinoHD feels better. This next question comes from Shannon Hodgkin. They ask, can I import live into iMovie with this camera? Or is it strictly record the flash media, then transfer to iMovie? Unfortunately, you cannot record straight to iMovie like you can with a regular camcorder. However, this is not really the Flip Mino's fault. This is a common issue with handheld camcorders as far as I can tell, because my ZI-8 does not capture directly, neither does the Flip MinoHD. So, a simple answer, unfortunately, no. Next question comes from Antonio Wilson 93. They ask, do you think Flip will release a new camcorder, maybe with 1080p, within the next few months? Actually, it's funny you ask this. I just read the other day, I think on Engadget or something like that, or somewhere, that it's rumored that Flip will be coming out with new cameras within the next couple of months. So if you're thinking about buying any of Flip's cameras, I had to say hold off until maybe June or so, and if they don't release a new one by June, then I say go ahead and purchase one. But as far as I can tell, the best thing to do is probably hold off for a month or two. Brandon Haynes asks, Does the new flip have image stabilization? If not, does the shakiness ruin the quality of the video being shot? Unfortunately, unlike the ZI-8, the Flip Mino does not have EIS or OIS. Actually, nowadays it's EIS and camcorders is small. But simple answer, unfortunately, no, it does not. However, I have to be honest, footage isn't as shaky as I thought it was going to be. That's ironic since I just did this and I'm shaking my camera. That's because I'm on a cheap tripod. But basically, short answer, no, it does not have it. However, it's not that bad that it doesn't have it. Especially if you're just doing video blogs like me, it's not a huge deal. But if you're going to be running around with this camera, then you probably do want to go to ZI-8 since it actually has EIS built in. Jordan asks, "Hi David, I was wondering how the USB was built-wise. It seems to me that since it has no flexibility like the ZI-8, that it would break while hanging out on the USB port like the back of an iMac. Thanks." Actually, this is something I was also worried about because I've never really used a camera where you stick it in the USB port and it just hangs there, like literally, just there like a stick. Because my ZI-8 has a pull-out USB port. You put it in and then it kind of hangs. However, I've got to say I have had no issues whatsoever. I have synced a lot of videos already with this thing, and I don't see any hints of it breaking or anything like that. And I did read online, or I heard in a YouTube video somewhere, that the newer Flip MinoHD, which is this one, has a sturdier USB port, plug. So basically, short answer, I ramble too much. It isn't really something you should worry about. Also, side note, I did buy myself the wall charging adapter. So I plug it in via USB right here and charge it in a standard outlet. Obviously, I can't sync it to my Mac using this, but at least I can just plug it in easy because I don't like it sticking out of my computer. Yes, it's reliable, but do I trust myself walking into it? Definitely not. Alright, these two questions come from Kyle Ankney. Kyle, I apologize, I have a hard time with your last name. He says, "I actually have two questions. Of course, it is up to you if you want to answer them." Absolutely, that's why I'm here. Anyway, first question is, do you find that one camera handles low light conditions better than the other? Very good question. And actually, to answer that question, here's a video clip to show off the Kodak ZI-8 and the Flip MinoHD in my room with low light. Alright, who shut the lights off? Just kidding. This is my test video of the Kodak ZI-8 versus the Flip MinoHD. Kodak ZI-8 is on the left, right here where my hand is, and Flip MinoHD on the right where my hand is. Now, right now, I have no lights on. There are no lights whatsoever, except for my cinema display and my Dell monitor. That's it. So it should be very low light. So the ZI-8 and the Flip MinoHD should both be having a hard time capturing this without a lot of noise. So it's probably pretty noisy. And in terms of noise, I mean like video noise, not like, rah, like, Anyway. Now, we have 2 bulbs on out of 5 on my lamp. This is still considered low light, in my opinion anyway. Well, in terms of video making, you should not make videos in this low light. So this should give you a pretty good idea. Now I'm going to turn on the next bulbs. Now we're using 3 out of 5 bulbs. So we're definitely getting brighter, and that bulb's kind of facing me, so you should be getting like an overcast right here. And so now I'm going to turn the lamp to its full max capacity, same thing. And now we should have pretty good light. But this light above me is not on, so let me do that real quick. And now it's pretty bright. And to give you an idea of color, here's my ball that you guys saw in my YouTube tips video. So that should give you a pretty good idea of the ZI-8 versus Flip MinoHD in terms of lighting. Alright Kyle, hopefully that video comparison helped you decide which one's better in low light. Obviously I can't see which one because I'm filming right now, recording. But I can tell during the editing process. And Kyle's second question is, I have the older generation Flip Mino, and when I import the clips to iMovie, I have to extract the audio to hear the sound. Is this still the case? Really? That's weird. But no, it works perfectly fine with iMovie. I plug it in, drag the files into iMovie itself. It renders the thumbnails, the video, audio. It's practically a perfect seamless process. It's incredibly easy. So no, you will not have that audio issue with the newer Flip MinoHD. This next question comes from YouTube username iTalkTech, and he says, David, one feature that the ZI-8 has that many other pocket cameras don't have is a macro feature. I am also aware previous flips did not have a similar feature or autofocus. Does the new Mino have this feature? Also, do you think the macro function is something to consider when buying a camera? Alright, I can talk a lot when doing this, so I'm just going to try to keep this simple. First of all, the Flip MinoHD does not have a macro feature, unfortunately. However, that's kind of an upside to me, because one thing I do not like about the ZI-8 is for video blocking purposes and arm's length. The ZI-8, I have to have the switch between landscape and macro, and to me, you have no idea how annoying that's been. The fact that the Flip MinoHD does better video at arm's length, at least in terms of my experience, that to me is a big selling point. So for the Flip MinoHD to not have a macro feature, basically that's not a huge deal to me. However, I'm going to contradict myself a little bit here and say that the Kodak ZI-8 is a great camera for videos like this, but as long as you're closer to the camera, and that gets kind of scary, to be honest. Or it's great for doing app videos, which I did a video a week or so back of doing basically a video of my iPhone, but with the Kodak ZI-8 in macro mode, and it looks beautiful. So basically each camera has its purpose. The final question, and probably the best question out of all of them because it sums up the video very well. Screensaver, come on, there you go. Comes from Thomas Sloan. I actually just emailed you yesterday, didn't I? Anyway, he asks, on an overall basis, sorry I'm laughing because I just did this clip like 5 times. Just what I said is, anyway. He says, on an overall basis, which would you recommend more, ZI-8 or MinoHD? I'm just going to put this simply. MinoHD is better for video blogging purposes at arm's length, and Kodak ZI-8 is better for more creative videos and macro videos, such as making iPhone app vids. That's all I'm going to say on that subject, because I'm really going to talk your heads off my official Flip MinoHD video, which I'll have up in a few days, hopefully. So, that's all I'm going to say right now, because like I said, I can really talk your heads off. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you're interested in the Flip MinoHD and buying it on Amazon, I have a link in the sidebar. Hopefully I'm pointing the right way this time. There it is, yeah, I see it. In the sidebar to the Amazon link. And also, I'll link off to everything I bought for the Flip MinoHD so far. Well, I say everything, it's just 2 things. Technically 3 if you count the tripod. I have the official Flip video charger if you're interested in buying that. Not from me, from Flip themselves or Amazon. And I also got this case, which is pretty neat. It's very soft, very small, very compact, which I like. And it comes with a free little tripod, which is doing great. Also, quick shout out to apprats.com for making me an awesome Facebook application. If you guys click the link in the sidebar over there, check out that app. And if you subscribe on Facebook, you'll also get email alerts in your inbox letting you know when I upload a new video. So that's a cool feature. Very easy and convenient. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As usual, if your question was not answered, post it in the comments section under this video, and I'll do my best to answer them. And if you're interested in my ZI-8 videos, I have plenty of ZI-8 vids. Just go to my channel and search ZI-8, and you'll find 2 or 3 of them, something like that. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.